Hi, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
This is Caroline and
And I'm
Nina.
Nina.
Welcome to Walled Off Podcast.
We're so happy you're here.
Yeah. So for if you're joining for the first time, we're so excited you're here. Just to catch you up a little bit, we started the first few episodes giving our backstories. I'm Caroline. I live in LA. I have a brand named Louee Vega where I sell wallpaper and fabric and am creating a lifestyle story and brand. Nina here is doing something similar.
Yes, I'm doing pretty much the same thing, but my brand is called Nova Linda. I'm based out of Atlanta. And yeah, we're kind of just documenting how we're doing this and why we're doing this. And we get into that a lot in the previous episodes of the pod. But, if you're just starting from here, then welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
We love that you're here.
Yeah. So, and if you're already caught up, welcome back. We're so grateful for you and for your listens and support and feedback and everything we've been getting so far. It's like making our lives. So, welcome either way. We're so excited, and we're just going to start by saying hi. I missed you.
I know, I missed you too. Wait, catch me up. So
Yeah.
what's going on right now in Louie Land?
Let's see. Louie Land's doing good. I think just starting the podcast honestly has given me a little bit of a new fresh breath of feeling, creative and like thinking about what I want to put out there next in terms of content.
Yeah.
And I think I'm getting a lot of visions. So I'm kind of downloading right now, but I feel like there's a new chapter of what I want to tell. And like, if I had to get specific, I said this a little bit in the last episode, but I have this amazing canvas, which is my house and situation in LA. And I have the opportunity to bring in some of my product and kind of incorporate it more into my life.
Like a living show house.
Yeah, exactly. And I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
For a few reasons that aren't even worth mentioning because they're just excuses. So I'm visioning and I'm planning and I'm motivated. So that's where I'm at.
I love that. I mean, I have similar vibes because I have kind of a blank canvas in my house, also renting, but excuses.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm definitely going to start incorporating more Nova stuff in here because I want to I realized that once I put out my first collection of wallpaper that while I put it out and I had the vision of how I wanted people to use it, I wasn't communicating that to people of like, yes, like these are like classic plaids and like delicious colors and I know other things in line as well. And like, that doesn't reinvent the wheel of wallpaper. Plaids have been done. But the story I wanted to tell with the plaid wasn't coming across. So like my biggest focus right now is telling the story of Nova and that it is a home lifestyle brand, but it's also a place where people come and what I want to do is bring together like-minded individuals that want to bring this element of almost like a life museum in their home. And like I want like to portray the idea that pieces should be meaningful to you. Like everything in your home needs to be meaningful and have a story behind it. And that's what makes you you. So I'm really working on kind of putting that into words. As you can see, I like stumbled a little bit because I'm still working on that. But aside from that, creatively working on a couple new patterns, introducing some new colorways and color stories. And I'm really excited about that.
Amazing. Yeah. I think you're on the right track to finding how to you have your voice for it. Like I know you do. You have the vision and your voice is there. It's about putting the pieces together and it's a lot harder to do, I think, with our product line because it's not like that easily. You can't just like implement it everywhere. Like it's kind of this higher end technical product.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think there's ways we can do that, and we're just kind of trying to pull all the pieces together and take kind of what would be like a storyboard and like manifest it into real things.
Well, that's why it's like when we talk about it, I'm like, it's home lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because if we just look at it as just wallpaper and textiles, like where we're starting, then we're going to lose sight of the big picture. Like it's supposed to be a feel and a vibe of, Nova is a home. Like that's where you come. That's like, I want there to be a home one day that has like Nova coffee tables and drapes and rugs and, just cutlery and, martini glasses and like whatever the hell else. Like it's like a whole It's a whole vibe. Nova could be a
Yeah.
restaurant. It could be a hotel. Like there could be a Nova hotel. Who knows? So like I think that once I kind of switch that perspective of it's more than just wallpaper and textiles, what we're doing, like the wallpaper and textiles is just like the smallest bit of the story. It's a kind of our in with the story, but it's going to expand into all these other things.
Yes. No, this is great. I like what you said, though, even taking it back a little bit, because I think it carries into what we wanted to talk about today. So just to explain a little bit more, we don't need to get too into the weeds, but Nina and I take, patterns that we like and we create this product with it and we present it online, and we hope that designers take that wallpaper or fabric and they implement it into a house that they've designed, and it flows into their own unique design. So we want to create a story, but ultimately it will go to someone else who does their own thing with it. And I think it's very similar to so many other industries like fashion or anything like that. Like this shirt is presented one way.
Correct.
On the website, the way that they styled it on a runway, and then you want the end user to buy it, style it the way that they want. Like I put on these jeans with certain shoes, I unbutton certain amount of buttons. Sometimes I have the collar like that, whatever I'm going to do. And I think that the line though of like representing how you feel about it, but still creating this openness for other people to take it and do what they want with it is kind of that beautiful like medium. And I say all that because I do think that the more you can put yourself into it and your energy, and it just kind of naturally happens. There's not so much of like this planning about it. It's more about putting all of the elements together over time. And then one day you wake up and that living room that you just said is like there, like in front of you, and you're living in it. And people are going to see that, right?
That's like, if you're just tuning in this episode, and I think it was the first or second episode, we talk about how uncomfortable it is to be uncomfortable. And like that moment that you just talked about, that's the uncomfortable. That's the like, you just keep putting yourself out there and you don't really see the full vision
by little
yet.
bit.
Yeah. But I think it's like, you have to trust your gut. And like, you have to know what you like, what you don't like. And even if you can't see the full picture, like having faith in the fact that like, that you're cool as shit and like, it's all going to come together.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true.
I mean,
no, but I love that.
Well, good, because that ties into exactly what we're talking about today. So guys, coming into today's episode, we wanted to talk about authenticity, which, loaded word. Really overused. Buzzword for sure.
We had a little resistance there because we're like, oh gosh, it's funny too because the word itself means, showing up as you and who you are.
Yeah.
But then these words and these concepts get so overused and over talked about. But hopefully the way that we're presenting it today, we have our own unique little spin on it, and you get what we mean. We're not trying to buzzword you and lecture anyone. I do think.
Let's start with, what does that mean to you, C?
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
And then we'll just go from there. Like, we'll try not to buzz it up too much.
Yeah, buzz it up
too much.
It is just a word. I think that authenticity to me mean now, like if I like look back at my 20s.
Yeah,
and
today,
C really it really means to me showing up as I am all the time. So like at period. Like
period. And that's the whole thing.
Period. And sometimes it's not the best. It's not like the version of me I want to see or whatever, but it's it's honest. It's either sloppy or not dressed well enough, or I don't have enough makeup on, or I'm cranky, or I'm like, sometimes these things come out, but that's who I am at that moment. And that's what I have to offer. And that is what it is. You get what you get. To me, I'd rather show up from that place and live from that place than constantly trying to chase a version of me that's not real.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know if that fully made sense, but I think that's like the only way I can articulate that it's not really like this.
It does make sense. And I don't know if this, I got like a little tinge of resistance with something you said though, and maybe that's on me. But okay, because it's like you want to show, because I agree with everything you just said. It's like, I
No,
am who
yeah,
I
this
am.
is good. Give me your thing too, because
No,
I
like,
just said that for the first time. I don't know.
no, right. Because it's like, how often, no, and if you're listening to this, like, ask yourself these things. Like, what do these words mean to you? Yeah, they're
Yeah.
buzzwords. And like, there's could be like a fucking, quote, like poster somewhere and you read it in the doctor's office. But like, what do these things mean to you? That's what we want to promote. But
Hmm.
it's like, you want to be, I am who I am. But you don't want to just stay who you are and never grow and like be, so it's not
Hmm.
like that feel that, and I think we're on the same page with
Yeah, for
this
sure. I
because
guess I didn't account for that part of like where growth comes in. I guess
yeah,
I more meant that,
but it's like you grow more into yourself.
yeah. Yeah. And I think that sometimes I think about the word and I jump to like what's the opposite of the word and then I go
Oh
from there.
yeah,
So to me the opposite of being authentic would be like shape shifting, people pleasing, being someone you're
totally
not, falling into the trap, like conforming. The opposite of being
conforming.
authentic to me is conforming. So then when I thought about it like that, that's what popped in my head first. Then I went backwards and I'm like, well, to not do all those things, you kind of just have to walk through
But
the world and not give a fuck.
you know what? I think we are actually talking about the same thing, and I know we agree on this because it's like you when you are growing more into yourself and like you're becoming like, because we've seen it like from being like 20 to now late 20s, like
Mm-hmm.
as you come more into yourself and you become more authentic. Even though I consider myself authentic at 20, I look back and I was like, girl,
No.
it's just like, it's almost like I feel like the journey of like finding that like authentic nature in you is the journey of like shedding the storylines that have been placed on you that you haven't cognitively accepted yourself. You can't really do
Yeah.
that till you're older. But like that's,
Yeah.
so like when I think of authenticity, I think of it as like shedding the world and like coming back to like my core.
Yes.
Isn't that
Yes,
isn't that
Nina.
delicious? That was
That's
so
so
good. Oh
good.
my
God, there's this little place I went to on a retreat. And it literally is the essence of like all the work we did there is that you're just born into like let's just back it up. You're just born into this world as this sweet little innocent soul. And fortunately and unfortunately, all these things happen in your life, and you're born into a certain family, and you go to certain schools in certain parts of the country, the South. We're both from the South. All these
God.
things confuse like what is your essence and what is not. And some of
Right.
it for better or for worse. Like if my background's Italian and your background is Brazilian, plus maybe a few other little weird things got put in there, that's part of our essence. But at the same time, we're not really around a lot of other Italian and Brazilian kids growing up. So it's like just every little thing like that then contributes to who am I?
Well, and
What
that's
do I?
like, it's like when you're growing up and like, I don't know if you did this, but I did this where I would like, I feel like like the authenticity thing comes in when you're around people or things or TV shows that like speak to you and you're like, oh my God, I want that. So it's like there's aspects
Yes.
of the Brazilian culture where I'm like, I want that I'm like, that resonates with me. Come, like, I'm
Yes.
gonna pick that up. I mean, even down to like certain sayings and things that people would say like on TV and stuff, but I would hear that and was like, I like that. I'm gonna collect that too. Like,
Yeah.
and like that felt authentic to me, even though I was like, getting it for something else. So it like, I don't know. It's
No,
very
we're
much
getting
a
there.
like,
We're getting there, Nina. This is it. So it's these little things, they speak to your internal essence. And I think that
yes,
things that can get away from being your true authentic self is when they don't align with what you think you should be doing or feeling. So it's confusing. So if you're in a situation where you see, read, or feel something that feels right, but then you start overthinking it because you care what everyone thinks, then you're in trouble. And I think
right.
that for me, I got really lucky that I have honestly a mom who doesn't doesn't care. She like reposted one of our clips or something and her interpretation of the clip was caption was wear pajamas to work, no one cares. And the truth is it made no
And I
sense.
have no idea where she got that, but
I don't
I was
know
like, hell
because
yeah.
exactly, but that's her authentic interpretation of what we were saying in that moment because that is how she lived. Like I think even I had like someone tell me when I was younger that oh, your mom was like the cool mom that like came to like school events in like pajamas or
Yeah.
something like that. And the thing is it's just that's who she was showing up as that day, and she doesn't give a fuck. And I
My
think
my
that,
mom was the same way. I mean, her outfits
yeah,
are legendary to this
it's
day.
legendary.
I mean,
It's
I'm talking,
legendary.
she showed up to my high school graduation. I
Hmm.
played lacrosse in high school. I don't know why. I've never, just for a year, never played it again. It was really fun. It was the first time the school had a team, and we were all like a whole bunch of friends. We're
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Like,
we can
that
do that.
sounds cool. Let's try that.
My mom showed up to my high school graduation in my lacrosse tracksuit
Wait, I love that. That's true support.
and a scarf
Yeah.
and like a little beanie. And I was like, what is. And it's like, I used to
Oh
be
my
so
God.
embarrassed of like the things
Yes.
that she would do
Yes.
and like how she would act. But then I realized that she just does not give one
And it's the
fuck.
coolest. You can't trade that for the
Yeah.
world of having a mom. I mean, I actually didn't know that about your mom, so that makes sense that like you also get along so well with my mom at work, and you
Oh, yeah.
probably
My
see the
mom,
stuff she wears at the showroom and you're like, "Great outfit, Mish." And
I'm like, if you're feeling it, then I'm feeling it. Because like, what am I supposed to do? I would like get mad at my mom and be like, don't wear
yeah,
that. Because I was like,
exactly.
firstborn child, and I somehow was like so prim and proper. Like I was like,
Mhm.
like I was
Me
like a kid
too.
putting like a sweater over the
Same. I was like,
shoulders and
"Mom,
doing
are
it.
we going to Neiman's?" And she's like, "Aren't you 15?"
I don't know why, but
I
that's
don't
how I
know
was.
either.
So like
I don't know either.
her vibe certainly clashed with me, and I was like, a teenager just being a jerk and like
Yeah, same.
you need to act this way. She's like, no. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What do you mean no? And then yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
exactly.
I love that. And I think you just touched, you mentioned this earlier, but I'm just like loving, I'm about to turn 20. I'm just absolutely loving this time that we're going into. Like, I think it just kind of started as soon as I turned 27. You feel this, like, your brain's developing. I feel like Connor's brain is like developing, and I'm like, oh gosh, thank God. We're like beyond this point of feeling very confused. And I heard 31's the peak of that, especially I think we're probably getting it a little even earlier than 31, but whatever. I love it. And I think that looking back at all these moments that are hard to see how I was showing up,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a part of it. Like, I don't think you can just overnight figure out who am I? What do I like? How am I showing up? What's my essence? It just takes a long time.
Yeah.
And you almost like gain all of these things to then shed it later. Like, you kind of have to try on the
Yep.
dress at whatever Neiman's at 15 that I thought was cool as fuck, and then realizing like, oh God, no, and it
Well,
just
and like
takes
15
a
is
beat.
generous. Like what's early 20s? That was me in my early
Yeah, yeah,
20s.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I don't know why I
15,
keep saying 15. That's just like you don't even know what the hell is going on at that point. But
no,
that's
15
but that's when I wanted to start. I think 15, 16, because that's when I wanted to start. I always had this like ego pride thing that I wanted to be unique.
No, I
Does
did
that
not
make
have that.
sense?
Yes,
Okay,
it
I
does make
had that.
sense. And
I
I
had this
I
sense of I don't want to be wearing what everyone else is wearing. So I was like not overcompensating, but I was trying to find what that thing was.
God bless you. And let me just stop right there. God bless you. Because I was not that way. I grew up always wanting to fit in, which is
Mm,
crazy because I naturally just don't. I'm like 5'10".
yeah.
I'm gorgeous.
No, you are, Nina.
No,
I know you're joking, but like you really are. Wait, I
I
have a
just
question.
I
Do you
like to
think
play
your
into the
height?
irony.
No, do
But
you think that your height though? Because I don't know, like I wasn't tall growing up, but do you think when you're tall as a young girl, like that affects the way that you feel about yourself and fitting in? Like, were you always tall, or did you have the growth spurt later?
I was always tall, but like all the calls are coming from inside the house. Like no one
Mm,
was coming up to me being like, "You don't fit in." Like I
okay.
was just like this super observant, like weird kid who noticed like every detail of every moment all the time. Like the adults in my family would like literally be like, "Why does she?" I was just a weird kid. So I would notice anytime that like I was different in a group, or like I'm very aware of like if someone's like being left out of a conversation, like I'm going to go like make sure that they're brought in. Like I'm like
Mm,
very aware of like people in a group. That's why group settings can be kind of exhausting for me. And it's like the
yeah.
job that no one gave me. I just gave myself
You
type
signed
thing.
up for it yourself,
Right.
yeah. Well,
But
that might
I
have just been a mission of your soul you can't control.
and that that's one of those hindsight things where like I embrace that now and like I see the like a purpose in that. But as a young lad, I was definitely not understanding of like how to use this, and it it was internalized. I just stumbled a little bit, but it got internalized into like, I'm different. Why am I different? I need to fit in. So like I
Mm.
never, so like, you know, my friend group and everything, like, and I had the best friends growing, like I didn't deal with mean girls, like thank God. But yeah, I would say that I wasn't really looking to be different or stand out until like my early 20s, until I got into like adult world. And I was like, and it was very contradictory that I wanted to like go on some kind of entrepreneur journey in my early 20s, because I was like, that's the opposite of fitting in. I'm terrified. So
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
very interesting thing. But I always noticed that in you. I always noticed that in you, and I love that in you, and I would love that in other people. And I think I was just kind of like scared to like embrace
Yeah, trying to
all
find
of
it.
me. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I like look back and I think that I almost have a little bit of rebel energy. And I went to Catholic school, I was on cheer team, and I went to join a sorority, and every single thing about it, I'd be like, this isn't right. Like, I had the best friends in the world, so that's what kept me like a part of all of those different things and like
Hmm.
hanging on. And I'm like, sure, but I feel like I was the annoying one in the group that was like kind of shitting on all of it all the time because it just didn't feel right to me. And that
Yeah.
is the hard. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the institution of it. It just for me was not. Maybe I didn't feel like I could like really be myself in that because I was like, my personality is too big. The things I'm interested don't align here. And so like there was a part of me that's always like, I'm doing this stuff kind of because that's what I'm supposed to do, but I knew deep down it wasn't quite right for me.
Hmm.
But then at the same time, like it's not all good or bad. Like again, I made the best friends in the world in high school that I'm still extremely close with. Um,
It's just an aspect of you. Like you're always
yeah.
you don't like a box, which is a good thing.
No, I don't like a box. And but sometimes I can take it to a point where I'm like moving the conversation into like I guess how all this like wraps into where we're at right now is I'm kind of at a point where I take that concept of I want to be unique and different a little too far where I'm like, I don't like anything. And that is, I don't know, sometimes it's a hard place to be in where you just feel like if I think it's social media. I think it's just like how much we're consuming and seeing. Like I said, I think I said in one of the last
Mm.
episodes, like with the wedding content, like I'm struggling to figure out how to, have this event or celebration for myself because it's like everything you run into, I'm like, it's already been done. It's already been worn. It's already whatever. And I don't know. It's kind of annoying. And it's not the sense I think I'm better than anyone. It's just it doesn't feel right to me. And
Yeah.
finding that thing that feels right, it takes a lot more work.
But I understand what you were saying, how like if if you're with a certain personality, it could come off that way. Like
Yeah, that's what I mean.
you could come off a little like pretentious or like,
Yes.
fuck
No,
this, da da
I think
da.
that I do sometimes and then I'm self-conscious about that because I don't mean it negatively
No,
towards anyone
I like that
else.
about you.
Yeah, but
But I like a little
you're
spike in
like
my life. I
yeah, but
like
you're like
that.
tough cookie like with me in the sense I feel like you can like you
Yeah.
don't take it personally. Like even if I said like
No, I
I'd
love
never want
it.
to do a wedding at a country club and then your dream was to have a wedding at a country club, you're not going to take that personally. You would know that that's just not what I want to do.
Correct.
So it's just hard. It's just like a hard thing to be navigating, like coming to that point where you do make different choices about your lifestyle, where you live, where you work, what you wear. And they all sound like silly surface level things. But
It's really not though.
yeah, no,
I don't
it's
think it
just,
like I mean, girls like listening, like everyone's nodding, right? Everyone nod together. It's really not. That like it all tells a story of like who you are. Like if you're showing up
yeah,
somewhere with, and you don't try to like put yourself together every day, like that's telling a story of like how you want to treat yourself. So like it's like and that's little things, but even like your home. Like I pride myself on having a clean home, and if that home isn't clean, then I know I'm not okay. So like there's like little things there that like
yeah, it
your
does all add
external,
up.
it does tell a story. And I think that's why there's so much push right now for people to, and like a push, right? And like, I don't know, it feels a little sly, a little marketing push type thing where everyone's like, find your authentic power and
Yeah.
find what you can, go be yourself and be yourself, but be yourself with my product and be yourself. And
I
you know what I
know it's
mean?
all
It's
like
like,
sales. It's like it's like it's that's why it's so weird. It's like I think that the things that I'm attracted to in entertainment and media and like product consumption, it really feels like I can't get that thing anywhere else. And it doesn't
yeah,
feel mass produced. It feels specific to the brand or the person selling it. And it could even be like a white t-shirt. It's like I want to get my white t-shirt from a place that like I don't know, it feels different. It feels like it's like
well, I hate the
spec-
feeling of being sold to. It's
yeah, I don't
icky.
know.
And
I
that's like,
know.
and we're saying that while having brands and while wanting to like obviously make money and sell these brands and
Yeah.
like tell this successful story. And like, we love it. Like, we love what we do.
Mhm.
And we love what we're building. And it's so there's always this juxtaposition of, how to come across as like, these authentic characters, which I
Mhm.
feel like we do just naturally. But, I don't know if you think different, tell us. But, it's a little bit of a challenge there, I would say.
Yeah, I think we're getting closer and closer to it though. Um and I think part of it is age. I think
Yeah,
part of it is like having a mentor like my mom who rocks that part of her life and just shows up as she is and other people like I feel lucky that I feel like every one of my girlfriends like has a unique quality and
totally.
characteristic about themselves that they rock and every single time you see a little bit out of that out in front of you then like you feel like you can show up as you are and that's
Yes.
part of it is like having the support people that are supportive of your
Wait, I,
choices.
I wait, pause. I love what you just said because that's how I want people to feel when they come to Nova and Louie. Like
Yes.
I
And that's
want
why we're doing this. Like it
a,
feels like
a place of permission. Like
yeah,
do your
exactly.
thing, stand up for what you believe in. Even if you could come to me and be like, the sky is pink. I'm going to believe that the sky is pink. From now on, the sky is pink. And I'm going to be like, if that's what you want to believe
You
in,
fucking go, girl.
yeah, go for it. I don't care. But like stand 10
Yeah.
toes deep in like who you are and like the people who will support that and like love that energy from you, they'll find you.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that. Like I actually started listening to Giggly Squad recently. I hadn't listened to them like I know they've been popular for a long time and I like some Bravo stuff and they just
They're
their
good.
clips they are good and their clips came up and some of them were funny. I was like, I'll start listening. And they have their own authentic energy for sure, which makes them a good
Yeah.
listen. And just so your sky is pink thing, they just as a funny tangent, but this is an example of this. They had like a aura reader on, like that was reading their cat's auras. And I haven't got through the full episode, but they started by reading the auras of the two girls of Paige and Hannah. And it's like the girl who's talking, she's a psychic, and she's saying that she can see colors around the girls and around the cats, and the colors mean different things. So one of them's pink and one of them's indigo or whatever. And I was so inspired. I was like, I need this girl to tell me what the fuck color you're seeing around me because it's like, all right, she could be full of shit, but at the same time, I would believe it. She's
That's why
standing,
those things work though.
yeah, and she's standing so into this like authentic story. Like, that's unique to her and the story she's telling and these girls are like loving it making a bit out of it and the whole thing is just cute and it is what it is but I would literally buy a session with her because of how they presented it and relate it to like their whole story and their humor around their cats and just the whole thing is just great. It's a great example of something that someone else couldn't replicate which then brings me back to why my first definition of authentic was a little all over the place, but that's kind of what I mean. It's like doing or saying or presenting this thing that feels like you and your story that someone else couldn't replicate in a way that would ever be the same. They might try. We see it all the time,
Right.
but it's very hard to do that. It's very hard to yeah, copy someone well, honestly.
Yeah, and it's all very obvious too.
Mhm.
And like we don't want that. But the thing is like those like aura readers and astrology and everything, I believe in all of it. I love it.
Mhm.
I
Yeah, it's so
indulge.
fun.
I love a good personality quiz, but nothing like you can't rely on like other people telling you. The
No.
validation is
Yeah.
nice, Like, don't get
Yeah.
me wrong, when I read stuff about being a Taurus, it's always like completely spot on and I revel in it. But it's spot on because I already know what my vibe is. Like, I don't need
Yeah.
someone to tell one.
Yeah.
But still
No,
very
for
fun.
sure. In that, yeah, that stuff all just kind of like adds to your own unique story. Like I love Scorpio stuff because I feel like I have a lot of identity in that, but at the same time, it's just those are just like little elements
Hmm.
of who I think that I am. I don't think that something like that could
Well,
be
and I
my
think
full story.
it's very bonding for the girls.
Yeah, it's
I think
fun.
it's fun. It's like the boys have their sports and like cool.
Yeah, we need witchy stuff, okay?
Yeah. We like to be under a full moon,
Yeah,
dancing under a full moon. I do that
yeah,
frequently
for
with my
sure,
girls.
for sure. But yeah, I think that we just got a lot out of that banter. I think that like also why I was interested in talking about it when you threw out authenticity this morning was I do think it's a process and I think we're on the right track with all of it and it sometimes just can't be forced, but it all kind of leads into like why we started this podcast, which is taking a risk on a venture, a brand, a moment. It doesn't have to be like a financial gain thing. It could be like anything you're interested in and just leaning into that side of who you are, all kind of, sometimes scary, but like all very rewarding and very fulfilling to like take those leaps and see people respond to these unique qualities about
Yeah.
you and like what story you have to tell.
Well,
Yeah, so I love it.
okay. I love it too. And I'm very proud of you. And I
Same,
just
proud
love
of you.
everything yeah. Good job.
Proud of you, sis. Good job.
Okay, so wait, let's talk about though, like, of course, this is a business podcast. I don't know why I'm laughing.
Is it
We,
though yet?
I
don't
know.
know.
I don't know. I don't know.
We don't know. Yeah, side
I'm like,
tangent. For anyone listening, thanks for hanging on for like while we figure out what all of this is about and where it's going. We're finding our voice
finding a
and
groove.
we're finding a groove. So we're one step at a time.
But, we do have businesses, so relevant at least.
Yeah.
Let's talk about how, like, what it means to bring authenticity into your business. Like, I know you touched on, like, yes, you want to buy from people that you can tell that it's like their brand and their voice and you resonate with that. So like you buy it. But like if you were, or even talking maybe how you bring authenticity into Louee Vega. I'm just trying to speak to someone who is maybe starting something because I know I've struggled with this in the past. I'm trying to speak to someone who's starting something, loves this concept, but then they're like, okay, what's next? Like, how do I do that?
Yeah. Okay. Good question. Let me think about how to word this because I know exactly, like, I just got a download of, like, I know exactly what it is that I've done to bring myself into it. But to articulate that, I think is the hardest part. And I could use, like, even another brand as an example and be like, see that brand? It's great. Can we describe why it's great? Not really. It's just because it gives you a feeling. So for me, I'm trying to give a feeling where I don't have any of my like wallpaper samples with me right now, but I think if I were to show you one of my patterns and it could be used a million different ways, I still want to show you like the feeling it gives me. So when I look at it or incorporate it into how would I be using it, I think that's all the power I have to tell a story. So with specifically the stuff that we do, I think that it's all about like showing your vision for it. And to me, that's just the most unique thing about me. It's like, again, the same as styling a white t-shirt and jeans. It's going to hang differently on my body shape. And like the two things that I pick to go with it, whether it's my shoes or bag or whatever, it's going to look differently on me than someone else. And I like to choose those things from a place of just what comes. Like it's just a sense of looking around for the thing I like you said, like with like your Brazilian background, like what are some things from the culture that like you see that and it feels good to you and then you take it. I just do that same thing when it comes to my house or my home, like whether it's like with this blanket behind me with the red flowers, like that just called to me. I got it and I put it in the room and then I style around it. So with the brand, I try to do the same thing where it's less of trying really hard to create a finished product. It's more about letting all these things come together and then putting my unique twist on it, whether it's Does that make sense?
Yes, and you just gave me the best download. And I think I was trying to articulate this at the beginning of the episode where I came out with the wallpaper line and I was trying to fit
Yeah.
this wallpaper line into people's existing stories. Like I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this could be used in a cabin. Like let's cabin it. Let's mountain house this. Let's do lake house, like whatever it is. So I was like trying to like take my product and go fit it into already existing stories. And that's
Yes.
like, I mean, think of, how would that work? Like that's insane. And then the shift for me happened when I was like, let me display this in the way that I see it, and then I'll find my people that way. And I think
That's it. That's it.
Right? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Okay, no, it's what really quick. Let me say this.
Yeah.
What it is I think people, you could maybe have a quick moment being like someone that appeals to the masses. But I think the people that do really well in business have their niche thing and people come to them for it because it's so special. Like this is like kind of silly, but that's why Erewhon does so well, because there's a bunch of grocery stores out there. They have something so niche going on in there, and the way that they market and package and present the product itself is very good. It's very quality, but it's beyond that. It's a feeling you get when you're in there.
Oh, I experienced it.
Yeah,
I'm still on a high.
when you came. Yeah, you're still
I've been
buzzing from that smoothie.
No, not even
it's
the
so
smoothie.
Stupid.
It was the coconut clusters.
Yeah, the coconut balls.
The Samoas,
what
but
the
not.
fuck are they putting in that shit in there? I don't know, but I guarantee you, if I got those coconut balls at Kroger, they wouldn't taste the same. Hey, it could be this. Like, there's something about these places and brands that do something where like they're showing you a thing you didn't know you wanted, and that's that. I don't know if you can always control that, but you can try.
Well, it's like you want to like. But it's like you have to know your own magic.
Yeah, you have to know.
You have to know like where your magic comes from, and then you have to like show the magic in the product. And I also want to touch on the fact that I think that also like we're talking a lot about like the outward part of the business, but like on the inner parts, the day-to-day making decisions, business flow, product management, chatting with vendors, creating relationships, like all of those little things, like that is so important to show up as your authentic self, like setting the rhythm of the business and like how, other people know how to deal with you, or how people, how you talk to people, like all of that is that personal branding of like, do you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, I totally do. There's so many different avenues you could take this concept to and apply it to. And I think that, yeah, I just think that like we've been really lucky to also have like a front seat on like so many brands underneath the Bradley textile umbrella that we've gotten to see like who does this well. And hopefully we'll be able to interview some of those people, because there's something about their artwork that's undeniably unique to them. And that stuff always does better than the things, like you said, of trying to fit this stripe pattern into everyone's homes. It's like not about that. It's not about trying to appeal to everyone. It's trying to tell the thing you're trying to tell well, and then having people receive it and making them honestly feel a type of way seeing it.
Exactly.
And I think we're just getting started on doing that, especially at the age we've been when all this has been going down. We're trying to figure out who we are while building brands. That's hard to do. It's like we're going to grow into these things, and I think we're going to keep getting better at it because we're getting better. To your point earlier when you said you don't want to stay the same.
Well, you have to like have the vision, an authentic vision for yourself of like what you want to kind of step into personally and professionally. And that applies in corporate America, like wherever you work. Like you want to have kind of that like forward thinking, like this is where I want to take this. And I know we have that. We're just in the messy in between. We're just figuring it out, kind of as we go. But I think the biggest shift for me though was being able to accept like the embarrassing awkward moments, and like this podcast is me owning that. Like me totally owning the fact that like I don't know like what I'm doing. It's not perfect, but I want to share, and I want people to like kind of find that voice within themselves as well.
Yeah. And I know you don't have to start a podcast to do it, but I will say I think even the last few episodes, like you could probably hear in our voices, we were nervous to start this, or like our resistance.
My throat was like choked up in like the first two of them, where I was like, couldn't like get it out.
And we were just like talking honestly about how hard it is to post. And I'm like, we're going to constantly have to post these little clips of ourselves, and I don't always watch them because I'm like, oh, it's still hard, but I'm getting more and more comfortable
I don't even think
doing it.
at this
Yeah,
point, I'm just posting it. I don't even look at, I mean, I'll
it's
look
just
at people's
happening.
comment. Yeah. And before I was like, well, how many likes was this? Oh, I don't care. And it's just like, it's going to
Yeah.
be out there. We're just doing it, and we're just
Yeah,
going
so
to
it
see
gets
where the cards
easier.
fall. Yeah.
It gets easier, I'll say. And I had a question for you, but now I'm blanking. Oh, I was gonna say, like, with your authenticity, what are some things that you've like really stepped into? It could be anything in the last year or two that you're like so happy you lean more into. Cause like we're talking about things that we've just kind of started. So what's something that like, and again, it could be literally anything that you feel like you found in yourself in your late 20s and you're like, oh, this feels so good.
Okay. Two things. First of all, accessorizing outfits.
Yeah.
Because finding like my personal style, still in that journey, but like that's something I really want. Like I want to
Mm-hmm.
have a closet that is so me that people like,
Yes.
I want people like my best friends or something to be out and be like, oh, that's so neat. I need to get that for her. Like I want that. And I want like pieces that are like great quality, not
Mm.
name brand, whatever, but great quality that just like speaks to me and whatever it is. But, randomly, I don't like, I would just always wear, I still do this. Like I'm just in like a little tank top right now, and I always wear just like the basics. And I was kind of not frustrated with myself, but I couldn't get that like that styling down, and accessorizing plus styling, like, the shoes with like the shirt and like whatever jewelry or like a scarf or like whatever I'm putting on. And I started playing around with that more this year. And that has just brought me so much joy. And now I want more accessories. I've never even been like a big jewelry person or accessory person. And
I
that has
love
been
that.
a big moment for me. And like sometimes it's a hit and sometimes it's a miss. If it's a hit, then my our Gen Z intern will give me like the biggest compliment. And then I'm like, yeah, I did that.
You're like,
Uh,
fuck yeah.
yeah,
No,
I'm
I
like, oh, I
love
look
that.
cool
I just
today.
got excited for you thinking about when you said, I want my closet to be just you. I just
hmm
got so excited for you thinking about like over time that happening. And it like, it's gonna, you know how we've been posting like inspiration photos on our stories
Yes,
and stuff?
yes.
Your closet's gonna be an inspiration photo for someone else.
Oh my God. I just got chills. Like that, it's all I
Right?
want. Like that's,
Isn't that cool to think about? Like, because it is so true. It's like, it just takes time, though. That's the thing I want to keep reiterating. It's like,
and it's
we're
so
not even,
awkward.
yeah, it's so awkward at first. Like, we're not even into this full version, I think, of ourselves that we can like see, but we're getting closer and closer. And, yeah, I just got like so excited hearing you talk about your wardrobe and your
I love it. I mean,
everything that way
I
because
draw
it is
from,
very it's it's so I mean that's why people have full shopping addictions and spend money on all that stuff because it really is fun. I
and
don't do
that's
as much of it anymore, but it's really
same.
fun. It is a full way to express yourself.
And I want that like I say closet now because I'm still renting. I don't own my own home yet, but like home will have that same kind of vibe. Like all these weird pieces where people are like, "Where the hell did you find that?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
like things that just like speak to
Like the
me.
shirt that kind of
That
we always
started it
comment
all.
on that started it all.
I'll wear it like maybe some upcoming episodes.
Yeah,
I
you need
The
to.
backstory is I thrifted this shirt from Goodwill like 7 years ago. I'm obsessed with the pattern. It was an inspiration for one of my wallpaper patterns called Nature's Walk. And it's just like a whole bunch of like big ol' animals, big ol' like oversized collared shirt. I'm obsessed with it in every sense. I've never been able to find it again. My goal in
Yeah.
life is to reproduce it and have like a whole collection of them. And I think it's going to
I
be a
want you to
hit.
make like silk robes or something with that
That's what
pattern
I'm
on it. It's so
saying,
cool.
right?
Yeah. And just the
But
way you've worn it, it's just like so you. It's not anyone else. And
it's
that
my
kind
favorite
of
thing in the
a
world.
good example of everything we're talking about.
But to like my second part of
Mm-hmm.
that, to answer your question would be I'm also feel like I'm finally finding my voice.
Mm,
And the podcast obviously is the avenue for that. But
I love
we've
that.
touched on that a little bit, but like I
Do you
feel like
mean
I'm
just
really
like finding kind of your voice in the sense that you know what you love and believe in and care about and you can express that better?
yes, and literally finding my
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
like the ability to speak up and like
Yes.
because like it's like I can have all those things, but if it's just like an internal thing, then it's not really getting put out there. So like I feel like I'm like literally finding my like saying yes, saying no, like just not being afraid of like disappointing someone
Yeah.
if I disagree with them, and just kind of like letting things fall where they fall, like that kind of feel.
Yeah.
And I think the podcast is a lot to do with that. And I also mean like literally like tonally finding my voice.
Yeah.
Like
I
adult
fully get
voice.
that. I feel like that's happened for me even, yeah, more just this summer and the last year of being able to make some decisions and say things and do things that I would have been scared to do before. Yeah, I love it. It's an important thing to find and look for because
And it
can
comes with
really,
age, you know?
yeah, it can really make you feel empowered. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. And as women, we need it. That's a
Mm-hmm.
big part of our power.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Do you want to do the guesses and the no's? You know what I'm talking about. The
Yes, I do.
trends.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm ready
let's
for
do
that.
that.
A little
Um,
fun, the ending funsy.
yeah. And guys, if you made it this far, like we absolutely adore you.
Oh my
Um,
gosh. Our kings and queens. Probably mostly
absolutely.
queens, but we love
There's
you.
some kings out there. I hope so. It's our fiancés.
Yeah, just Connor and Sam.
It's Connor and Sam. Okay, so Caroline, what's your biggest in right now with interior design and your biggest out?
Okay. Um, I don't know if this is like as much of a trend for other people, but it'll always be my biggest in is I'm obsessed with tone on tone. And I even a lot of times dress that way. So when a room is all one color, like the whole room, so the paint, to trim wall, ceiling, or it could be a pattern, but it's got the hues of one color, and then the drapery, and then the furniture. And I think you can layer in a little other color, have pops, but I just like it does something to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, again, you'll see me dress that way where I'll wear the same color on the top and the bottom. Don't know if it's part of my OCD or ADHD or whatever diagnosis you could give me, but that goes a long way for me.
It's soothing. And
It's
you're
very soothing.
You like need an environment to soothe you.
Yes. And I love just like looking at it. I just think it makes things look so high end for some reason. Like you can look
when
at
done
a photo.
right. When done
Yeah,
right.
when done right. When done right. I that. And then my nose or my big no right now. This is a hard one to describe. I think people will know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to offend anyone, but it goes to the authenticity conversation. I'm really getting bored of this earthy California copycat thing going on where it's like there's a few like really great designers who do it and it's like done in a high-end way and it's beautiful. It's like objectively beautiful, but the reason it's starting to bother me is because I feel like it's like all over my Instagram of like what people are designing with and people want, and again it's beautiful, but it just feels like there's no character.
It's the new all white trend.
Yeah, it's like it's mostly beige and cream with some of these like vintage looking patterns sprinkled in like reclaimed wood and things that, again, it's like I don't want to shit on it because it is beautiful, but I have to imagine if someone's living in that, it's like how do you add in the quirky characteristics of your family, because it's like doesn't mix in well with the whole look. And I can also put a picture of it without, I don't know, maybe I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but it's like it's very much boring me, and I don't feel anything when I see the photos of it anymore. I did when I felt like it was kind of unique, but now it's just been so overdone.
Yeah.
And I think that's why you see this like big wave of people posting like almost vintage stuff, because it's like people are trying to bring that back, like things with more character and stuff. And everyone's different. I think that there's a sense that you could like live in a house like that and it's soothing the same way like tone on tone is soothing for me. But I just love when a home is like reflective of your travels and your family and photos and bowls and dishes and things that are,
and the interior design should reflect that. It should.
Yeah,
you're so right. Like install images that I'm like, where's a picture of a family, or like where's the connection to like the people that are living in here?
I know, and I think you can, and don't you think you can still do like very high end interior design and include all of that? It's not like this thing of like rich people don't do that.
Yeah,
it's like I think there's a way to do it where you still get the style that you want.
Oh my God, I'm gonna call her out. She's never gonna listen to this because it's Alex Cooper and Call Her Daddy. Her House and Architectural Digest. it was the most boring flat thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm like, you
I,
have
I
so much
know.
money. You can afford all the tastes in the world.
I
And
know, and
it's
it's
like,
objectively beautiful.
it
Like,
is objectively beautiful. And I'm not like,
but
and
yeah,
it's,
but it is
it's,
like, where is the personality behind it? I
yeah,
don't know, unless that's her personality. But like, she seems like a really fun, quirky,
yeah, I would love to
creative
get drinks with
person.
her.
Exactly. So it's kind of like, where is that in the home? But to each their own. So that's the no trend for me right now. I'm over it. I'm overseeing it. And uh yeah. Okay, now you go. Sorry, that was pretty long-winded, but
No, you're fine. Okay, so my biggest in right now is keyword unexpected skirting on
mm,
furnitures and things. Like when I was at your house,
I
she
love
like
this.
I know you love it, but like when I say unexpected, I don't mean, like bed skirting, chair skirting, like we've seen it, we've done it. That's the thing. I'm talking about using fabric and like skirting for like on like kitchen islands or on sinks like in your
Hmm.
house and I just it's so darling. It's so cute. I even think using them as like mini curtains on like shelves and things like
Yeah,
that.
it's so cute.
It's so cute, like a cute little pattern or something. And I also love that with in fashion. Like I love when someone has like big old pants and then like they wear like almost like an asymmetrical dress over. Like,
Exactly.
like an
Yes.
unexpected
It's
skirt. You're
layered.
like,
It's layered. That's what it
yeah,
is. You're
yeah.
adding, I mean, sometimes an edited, clean look is everything. And so that's where the contradiction can come in. If sometimes you see Alex Cooper's house and you're like, oh, that's so calming and clean. Like, I do want to live in the house. But again, to each their own. And I think there's this like layered look that's just feeling really, just like
I don't know.
incredibly,
It just feels cozy and like
yeah,
there's
cozy,
it's softer. Like I mean, and the thing is it's like
feminine or something.
I love like the plays on feminine and masculinity. Like
Yeah, me
I
too.
would love a skirted island and like a total like architectural concrete kitchen island. You know what I mean? Like a big old concrete kitchen island with like a feminine skirt and some like funky bar stools that you're just kind of like, wait, what was that?
Yeah,
That's
the
the I
mixture.
Yes. So I love a skirting and I like a skirting in like even a traditional sense as well. But unexpected skirt is a huge in for me right now. I can't get enough. I want to do it like
Love.
all over my home.
Uh,
And
Also, just pro tip for anyone that's like interested in that, it's pretty easy. I've done it in my house here on like
we'll
a
put up a
bunch of sets
picture.
of window. Yeah, bunch of sets of windows around my pedestal skirt in my bathroom, and yeah, some shelves and stuff because it was kind of like the cottagey vibe in here. But you could do it anywhere, and it's really easy. So DM me, and I can help you if you like send me a photo of your space. I can help you source this stuff. It's super easy and cheap. Okay, keep going.
No, I love that. And then my biggest out for right now, which is controversial because we literally sell wallpaper, but it's an accent wall.
Yeah,
I
it
just
just
like
doesn't work.
and that it kind of flows with like what you're saying, like the monochromatic drench. Like
Yes, it's
either
a
do
drench.
all the walls or throw it up on the ceiling. Like I love wallpaper on the
I
ceiling.
know. I
What
fully
an
agree.
unexpected, just like fun, you don't have to commit as like you can like kind of keep a room as a room and just throw it up on. Just love that. Oh, I love wallpaper on a door. I know you have that too, but like if all the doors on a hallway all had like the same matching wallpaper, like
And
that's
then the
really
rest
fun
of
to
the
me.
walls were like a color that matched the wallpaper. So it like
Exactly. Yeah.
still flowed monochromatically, but then there was some pattern and texture on the doors. Fully
I
love
love
that.
that. I love
I
that.
will
But
say if you're budget and you have to do an accent wall, at least the rest of the walls need to match a color in the wall covering like so perfectly that it still flows and it looks
agreed.
like it's,
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
all like and that's why I say that like loosely and I can even think of like a space in my like right now in my house Sam has like a record player like beautiful like piece of glass furniture with a record player on top and some floating shelves. He displays records on there and a cool wallpaper to back that up to kind of like finish off that
Yeah,
story. Gorgeous. So like there is a
it
time and
can
a place
work.
for it. But yeah, but I'm over just like seeing like the one random wall where you're like, what is that? Like, get the hell, ugh.
I know. I think everyone kind of came to realize it in the last few years too. Like I've been seeing like some people commenting on it and I'm like, I think you're right. It's not great. But the
It's
ceiling
not.
is an amazing solution because it's
Oh
still
my God.
budgetary, but then you
Correct.
like I'm thinking of like if you have a cool blue patterned
Or what
wallpaper.
else I've seen lately is like putting it in, like when people do molding on the walls. Huge fan of molding on the walls, but like if they do it like inside the molding.
Yes. Someone
And
actually
then
did that once with a Louee
it,
Vega pattern. I never got to
oh,
see a photo of it.
I love
But
that. But it's
yeah,
almost
very
like
cool.
it kind of looks like artwork up on the wall, but
Yeah.
you know, if it's all around the
Because it's
room, like all in the
encased.
molding.
It needs to
Yeah.
be like, it needs to be encased some way.
Agreed.
Because 2 points of drywall corners don't really like encase it, because it is artwork. It's like a large format artwork, so it needs to feel.
I mean,
yeah,
even,
this is for nerds now at this point. How far we're going into this, but
no, and I'll finish off on, if you do want to do an accent wall, like don't do it on the full wall, but like throw a frame, like get like literally like as if it's molding, build a frame on the wall, like it can be like a big old piece, and then just
like
throw
art.
it in, and just throw it in the frame. It can be like this oversized piece of artwork. Like I have a couple oversized pieces of art. I love big art on a wall that looks like totally disproportional with like, I don't know, love
and
that
then you
look.
can put the console in front of it or the bed frame or something, and then it's not so
with a matching wall color corresponding. That's how I would do it. But yes, but just like a random accent wall, that's a big no for me.
Yeah, I fully get that. I fully agree on that.
Okay, let's wrap it.
Rock on, baby. I love you.
Okay. We love you guys. Again, I'm Nina. This is Caroline. We're the Walled Off Podcast. My brand is Nova Linda. Her brand is Louee Vega. You can follow us on Instagram. Check out her website, louievega.com. Nova doesn't have a website yet, but we'll get there.
Coming soon.
Coming soon, yeah. So if you guys want to help us out and you like what you hear, please share with a friend. We will always appreciate some subscribe, give us 5 stars on whatever you're listening. Drop some comments, good or bad. We love it all. Always slide into the DMs if you have direct questions. We're still pretty small, so we can always answer.
Yeah, I'd love to hear from you.
So,
and we keep saying we're gonna have guests, but we are. We're just planning it, and we have to let divine timing rule those calls. Those will be coming soon, and they will be I think they'll be very fun for the people, our friends and family that know the guests, or even if you don't, they're interesting, amazing people, and we're so excited to bring that element into our.
Yeah, and I feel more confident at this now to where me having a guest wouldn't overwhelm me.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be better interviewers. Yeah. Now that we've kind of bantered some, we just appreciate all of you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Okay. Peace out.
Love you, Neen.
Love you, C.